Hello. I'm going to check something out on the boiler today, and I don't know if you saw a past video I might have had out here, but I have a tube that keeps falling off. I wanted to check on it to see if it's fallen off again today. Now, on this particular unit, there are these little clips on the side that you undo. One clip on each side, all right? And then there's one little screw in the bottom down here that holds it all together, one tiny screw. So I'm going to take the cover off, and then we're going to see if the tube is falling off. And there's a reason for that. Right? And it has fallen off in the back. And I'll tell you why I took the cover off today. I'm going to just zoom you up in here. There. This tube right here, where are you? Right up in here, has fallen off. All right. Now, I'm going to measure the diameter of the tube, and then I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy a hose clamp and put it back together. And from what I'm getting here, inches, and this is what keeps falling down here. All right, and I can see that there's a crack in this collar right here, and it wants to be sucking in cold air, but it can't. All right, it can't. And this is glued on, so I can't fasten it. I can't fasten it up there. So I'm going to go get a hose clamp, and then I'm going to put it in place and then tighten the hose clamp, and hopefully that will hold that up in place a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. That's my hope. And that's almost 3 inches there. So I need about a 3-inch to 3.5-inch hose clamp to make this right. Let me bring in here a little closer so you can get a better see of what I see. That's what I'm talking about. There's the crack in the pipe. And that used to be that's just force fed on there, but it won't go there anymore. So that's my plan. So that's what I'm going to head off and do. All right, I went out and got my clamp, and I've adjusted the clamp so it's just touching that piece where it has to get on the attachment. So I am going to push that up in place, and then get a nut driver, or get a nut driver on that, and tighten it up a little bit. All right, so now that is up in place. All right, and as you can tell, I have the pipe clamp on it. All right, I'm going to tighten that up a little bit. And I'm going to put a ratchet on it and just give it a little how you doing to tighten it. Now I'm hoping that puts just enough pressure on there so it's not going to want to slide down. All right, so you see what I've done. That crack, I can see a crack in that pipe, but I'm hoping this all works better Now, one thing I see, I think that might hold, right? So I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit. This unit was installed 11/11/2013, okay? And that's the motor back there. That's the hookup that I just did with the clamp to hold that pipe into the intake. Now, my question, I don't know why these holes are in here. It looks like somebody drilled some holes in here at one point, and I don't know what they're for. Now, this is the air intake tube. Air intake. And I want to know if there's anybody out there that can tell me why somebody might drill some holes in there, or should I plug them for efficiency's sake. And then I'm going to show you the top of things here. A little rusty. A little rusty here. That's obviously the fire. That's obviously the fire chamber down here. All right. And I'm pretty sure I used to have a leaking high vent valve up here, and I'm pretty sure that came down in here, it dripped onto that surface over a number of years and caused it to rust. But I don't have any error messages on here right now. So I'm going to leave the cover off for a couple of days and make sure it doesn't fall, that tube doesn't fall off of there. You can see it right in there. Okay, that's my fix that I've done right there. So now this particular unit, I think it's a 175,000 BTU unit. When I bought this unit here is actually 98.5% efficient. Okay, I had an old boiler here instead. I had all kinds of stuff all over the wall here, and that unit was 60% efficient. So that meant that for every dollar in heat that I spent, 40 cents of that dollar went up the chimney on me. And with this particular unit at 98.5% efficient, it means that for every dollar I spend in heat, 1.5 cents is wasted. So that's a pretty good thing. Now, I think the lifetime of these units are probably around 15 years. So I've seen, although I'm not sure, but maybe some of you people out there might know better than I would. But that's going to be my fix for now. And in a couple of days, if that hasn't fallen down, I'm going to consider it fixed. But I want to thank you for watching. And I have 4 zones on here. I do have one room on zone 4, which is my family room. It does not have enough baseboard in it, so of all the zones that run, zone 4 probably runs most of the time. And zone 4 actually can't maintain the temperature. Now I have the temperature in that room set to 71, but it regularly gets to 69 because there's just not enough baseboard in there to deal with things. All right. But that's all I have for now. Anybody want to give me any advice? I'd appreciate it. You can see over here right now, zone 4 was calling for heat. It was red. And now the zone is in the process of closing, and that will go off. All right. But other than that, That's my story, and I'll catch up with you in a couple of days, let you know how I made out. Thank you.